Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to our live here. We're streaming live, and we are excited to tell you about Zinzino, the stories, and why it is working. And that is super exciting to all of us. So my name is Carla Nelson Wolf, and I live in Minnesota, in Clear Lake. And, you know, I thought I was healthy. I really did. And until I took a Zinzino test and found out I wasn't anywhere near healthy or where I really wanted to be. And, you know, I started Zinzino, and now after being on Zinzino for 10 years, I think I feel younger now than I've ever felt. And I think people are telling me, hey, what's going on here? You're looking younger all the time. And I really feel that. So with us today, actually, who's going to talk about why this is working, she actually has a gold medal from the Olympics. So you would think she would be in balance, right? She's been working as a wellness coach since then. And we're so honored that she's here to talk today. Let's bring her on here. A friend of mine who I just love her, Anna Dorte Tenop, which is what it sounds like in Danish. But hi, Anna Dorte.
Hi, Carla. Just call me Anne in English. I think that's easy.
I'm going to try to just call you Anne, but we're used to, we go back and forth. We're both talking, and that's because I know her from Denmark and I live in the United States. And Anna Dorte, where are you today?
Well, I'm actually in Switzerland. I live in Switzerland and I lived abroad for 25 years. So we are, I think, a global community from all over. I see people from everywhere here on this call tonight.
And
so yes, Carla.
Were you, as a Olympic gold medalist, were you in balance, or were you healthy, or what? Where were you at?
You know what? I wish I had this test and these products 25 years ago or 30 years ago when I actually did play. No, I did not know if I was in balance at that point. But around 9 years ago, somebody offered me or challenged me, I would rather say, to take a test because they knew I was a nutritionist, I was a health coach, I was let's say, in my sphere of people, and I was not in balance. So I was shocked, and I think most people around me were shocked too. So what are we talking about when we talk about balance and testing, Carla? We are talking about fatty acids, and we're talking about cell levels. So how are we looking inside? I mean, I looked healthy. I was feeling healthy, but I was not as healthy as I thought because I saw the test. How was your test, Carla?
You are smiling, and I know it's because I had one of the worst tests in all of Denmark when we first came out over there. And, you know, for me, it just makes sense. If you have healthy cells, you have a healthy body. And that means every part of you. I mean, from your skin health, your brain health, your heart health, everything that cells affect, which happen to be everything, right? So I think this has been great because so many people, they want to be healthy. But if you're not sure and you're guessing and you're taking things and you're guessing if it's working, we're here, we don't have to guess. We test and we can make sure. And this test, yes, we're testing the fatty acids, which is where the cell membrane is made of. And you want to have the same amount of them. And when your body gets the test and it gets your cells working right, we hear amazing stories. And I think, isn't that one of the reasons why we both enjoy this so much?
I love to hear stories. Let's hear some stories, Carla.
Okay, I think, let's see, who is going to be our first story? Let's ask Bibi to unmute herself. Bibi, would you actually tell your story?
Yes, I'd be very happy to, Carla. I'm Bibi Frederick, and I'm from Denmark, but I live in Chicago. And I'm a stay-at-home mom. And 6 years ago, I started having really bad knee pain to where I could barely walk around, and I definitely couldn't go for long walks like I enjoy. And then I started with Zinzino, and after 2 months, I didn't have any more pain, and I could walk around and do the things I needed to do, and also go for a long hike if I wanted to. So I'm very grateful to Zinzino.
Which is so important. I really think when people start to be so grateful to feel healthy, that's where it really matters and why the stories are so important. Now, Bibi was from Denmark, but lives in Chicago. So I'm going to go back to Denmark here and ask Jewel. Jewel, would you tell us a little bit about your story?
I sure will. Hi, I'm Jewel. I'm 45 and I live in Denmark. I had 2 very difficult pregnancies and I actually ended up in a wheelchair during the pregnancies, and I was left in chronic pain for 7 years after those pregnancies. I'm a physiotherapist, and it was really quite a struggle not to be able to do my job well. And I had to take pain medication a few times a week to do my job. So I started on Zinzino, and it only took 4 months for my body to, I don't know what it did, but it healed in some kind of way because I was pain-free in just 4 months. And I don't have any pain medication in my household at all. And I've been on the balance concept now for 9 years almost. I'm never stopping. I'm so grateful that it was my beautiful sister who actually showed me the oil, and I'm forever grateful for her for doing that. So thank you for that.
Well, it really is making that difference now, because she said it takes 4 months. I think, Anna-Dora, let's maybe talk about the cellular balance and why this 4 months is important. Anna-Dora?
Yeah, so what we do is that we start out taking this test, because then we can actually see our start level. And this is something I love, because as an athlete, as a former athlete, that's what we always did. What we could test, we could actually control, and we could do something about it. So what we do in Zinzino here is that we take the balance test, which is a simple little prick in your finger. You put a few drops on a piece of paper. We send it off to Norway, to an independent lab in Norway. And after that, we start with the product. And then again, we test after 4 to 5 months, because after 4 to 5 months, we will see our blood that our red blood cells have actually a lifespan around about 120 days. So we can see how much they have changed in those 4 months. And of course, if they change, their cell membrane change, everything else changes, because we produce cells all the time, 24/7. So that's the simple concept. We test again and again and again to see if we actually get the nutrients we need. You're muted, Kaya.
I know. And then actually the thing that I find that's really exciting about this is that Zinzino has done over 920,000 tests. And of everybody, well, 97% are failing the test. So very, very few people. And actually in the United States, where I am, 99% are failing. So we're actually taking these tests and finding out what the blood is telling you your body needs. And then after 120 days, we want to show people where it's at. So you're not guessing if it's working, or you're not have to waiting to feel if it works, but yet you can prove it from that blood test again. So that's the importance of it. Anna-Dora, I think one of the things I'm going to do is just pull on some more people here to tell what Zinzino has been doing for them. So we've got a few different Debbies on here. I'm going to start with Debbie Thompson. Debbie, would you please unmute yourself and then tell your story? Deb?
Of course. Thanks, Carla. Hi, my name is Debbie Thompson from Hawaii, and I'm a wellness coach. I know that being healthy also means keeping my body strong. And so I started strength training. And after every workout, I would be really sore. It would be painful to climb the stairs and go on daily walks. And then I started Zinzino. After a few weeks, I noticed that I didn't feel sore after workouts, even really hard ones. And now climbing the stairs are easy, and I get to enjoy daily walks with my husband. Zinzino has helped me get stronger without the soreness afterwards. I am truly grateful to Zinzino. Thanks, Carla.
I love it. I love it. So, Anna-Dora, we're talking sports things here. She's feeling that, being a wellness coach. You as a athlete and any athlete, the difference in this? Isn't that making a huge difference, Anadota?
Oh yeah. So because I'm a former athlete, I also work with athletes today as a coach. And many of them will come to me and they will say, "Oh no, we would go on the newest trends and we will eat this and this superfood and this superfood." And I was like, "Hey, wait. Hey, first we need to get you into balance with your fatty acids, and then we talk about the next." So in my world, getting into balance with your fatty acid is the foundation, because when you are in balance with your fatty acids, you have a cell membrane that is more, let's say, liquid, meaning that you have all the nutrients, all the vitamins, everything going into the cell, because the cell membrane is penetrated easier, but also all the waste products that you produce in the cell goes out. So when exactly what Debbie is talking about, when we work out, we do a lot of energy, and we have to get all of that waste out. So that makes sense. Your cells are much better because you are in balance and you get the omega-3 into the cell membrane, and suddenly you get waste products easier out of the cells, and you will feel that because you are not as sore and you actually regenerate your body faster.
Exactly. So actually this next story fits right in there. So Bobby, would you unmute yourself and just tell your story? Bobby?
Okay. Hey everyone. I'm Bobby Thompson. I'm currently playing basketball in college in Mission Viejo, California. And around high school, I started working out really hard for basketball. And I would get, some really bad muscle soreness for even up to 2 to 3 days after workouts. And that would make it frustrating because I felt like I should be getting better quality workouts in each week. And then I started on Zenzino and noticed within 2 weeks, my muscle soreness was significantly reduced and my recovery time was a lot better. And within the last 4 months, I've noticed that thanks to Zenzino, I can I've gotten a lot better and a lot stronger. Yeah. Thanks, Carla.
I love it. I love it. Well, Anadota, that's another one of those proofs that this is really working, right?
Oh yeah, I love that. I hope you get really far, Bobby.
Well, let's hear some more stories, and we're just gonna just rattle these off. So I'm gonna start with Carol or CJ. CJ, would you mind unmuting yourself and telling your story?
Hello, my name is Carol Arndt. I'm a retired RN from Staples, Minnesota, and I was an RN for 17 plus years. I was suffering from severe pain and sleep deprivation. I started on the Zenzino protocol, and the first night I slept 8 hours straight. I was in a very deep sleep, which was phenomenal. In about 1.5 weeks, I've been pain-free, and I just say thank you, Zenzino. I started about December 3rd of last year.
Wow, I love that story. It's so powerful. And we're seeing results like that. Let's have a couple more here. I think I will pull Marcy on. Marcy, could you unmute yourself and tell your story?
Hi. Yes, my name is Marcy and I am from Michigan. About 8-9 years ago, at 55 years old, I was having such severe joint issues and pain that my rheumatologist told me I'd probably end up in a wheelchair by the time I was 60. Just about that time, just by the grace of God, a friend thought enough of me to share about the balance oil and the 6-3 balance concept with me. And even though I was on a fish oil, my numbers came back very high. Well, I'm happy to say I'm now 64 and there isn't a wheelchair in sight for me. And I am forever grateful for the people of Zenzino and for the products for making my life so much better.
I love it. And seriously, 64. Anadota, we probably would talk about anti-aging here, because I know for me, I feel I've been taking this 10 years and I feel 10 years younger. running around with my grandbabies. Marcy doesn't look 64. Anadota, what is this doing with this anti-aging?
It's doing a lot, apparently. So I believe how I would like to explain this is when we get the right nutrients and when we give our body the right way to live, it is not created to be sick or to get old and to not do well and to have pain. So when we actually feed ourselves and our body what we're supposed to, we will find that we won't be as sick, we won't feel as tired, and we will not, let's say, get old before we're old. So we will start getting old with grace. I would maybe say this in that way. And I think also another thing we have heard all over here tonight is about a lot of pain. People are in pain. And when we are in pain, our body is breaking down faster. So when we suddenly get out of pain, we can live a more active life. And when we live a more active life, we will also get healthier. And that means that we are more happy and we will live longer. So I think it's all a combination of when we are not in pain, we can actually live a longer and happier life. And I think that's the essential thing here.
Well, let's hear a couple of those stories too. So I'm going to ask Donna, if you will unmute yourself and tell your story.
Thank you so much, Carla. I'm Donna from Ontario, Canada, and for almost 30 years, I've been a regenerative market gardener and supported that as a hairstylist. I love doing both, but due to several accidents, my pain levels were at the point I couldn't do either really effectively. Then I started Zinzino, and within a couple of weeks, my pain reduced from a 9 of 10 daily to maybe 2 of 10. I've dropped over 65 pounds since April, and that's allowed me to be so much actively engaged with our 4 and 5-year-old grandsons. I'm so grateful to Zinzino and their commitment to people's health.
I love that. That is life changing. And I know it really matters running around with grandkids. I love that myself. And I hear so many times people going, hey, wait a minute. Did they just call you grandma? I'm like, yeah, and it's a lot of fun. And I know you and I love to spend time with our grandkids. So now we can do it in a whole different way. So let's hear another story. I think I will go on to Sherry. Sherry, could you unmute yourself and tell your story? Sherry?
Hi, I'm Sherry Straight from Clarissa, Minnesota, and I'm a retired nurse and I work as a para now. But for 10 years, I had severe digestive issues to the point where I could hardly eat anything without tons of gas and bloating and stomach aches. I never slept well. I woke up a lot and it just really affected my quality of life. But now I've been taking Zinzino on the protocol for 6 weeks and my digestive issues are almost 100% better. I'm sleeping longer and deeper with less waking. And I also have less aches and pains. I love Zinzino. Thank you, Carla.
I love that, Sherry. I mean, this is a short period of time, Anadota, and she is feeling that much change. So what is the whole health protocol that she's talking about? Would you explain a little of that?
Yes, so we have talked a little bit about our balance concept and the balance oil, our omega-3 that goes in and helps the cells to become more penetrating, easier to penetrate and actually give the tissues in the body a help to not be inflamed. Other things that are in the health protocol are for our gut health. And you talked about this, Sherry, that you felt really bad and had digestive issues. So what we do also with the health protocol is that we can get in with a lot of fibers, the right fibers for the right, in our colon for the right bacteria. So what we do there is that it helps to get into balance because we suddenly start giving food to the right bacteria. So they start creating a healthy gut biome. And that is probably what have happened to you, Sherry, that suddenly you got some of the things that you did not get through your diet. You got it through the health protocol health protocol. And the last thing we talk a lot about in the health protocol is our immune system. So we get all the vitamins, all the minerals, and the phytonutrients that we need to really optimize our immune system.
I love that. So it's those three products and how they work together that's really making the healthy cells, healthy body, making it work. You know, Anadota, just before we go on, we've got a couple more stories here, but a lot of people have been talking about sleep. And so we have our health protocol, but we also here have a health protocol premium here in North America, where we add a product called Viva, which actually, if you translate it, means life. And so many people says it gives me my life back. But that is actually a special product too. Could you explain a little bit about what Viva is?
Yeah, Viva has, we know this, have changed. We've heard tonight that even just the balance oil and just the balance concept have changed a lot of lives, but we also know Viva does. So Viva is basically, it's based on saffron, which is a very old spice and probably the most expensive spice in the world. And we know from years and years and years ago that it was used in the old Persia to help have better mood, sleep better, but also if somebody was a little stressed, it actually also helps. But we kind of forgot about many of these old things that were like a few hundred years ago. But today, when we start putting that back into our diets with Viva, we see that people have less stress, they sleep better, they can actually also be more focused, but especially also mood can be lifted when we use Viva. So Viva is, in my world, one of the wonders. We're not talking about miracles, but really, really one of the wonderful products that we have. And it has helped one of my sons as well here. So I'm really grateful for Viva as well. Yes.
Well, I think when people start to get sleep, that's changing so much for quality of life. And I think a lot of people really need that. But sleep, stress, mood, I mean, who doesn't have that? Actually, here in the United States, we call it a spa for the mind because of what it really can do. So let me hear a few more stories here. I'm going to go over to the other Debbie now. And Deb Erspamer, would you please unmute yourself and tell your story? Deb?
Hi, my name is Deb Erspamer. I'm from Hibbing, Minnesota. I guess my favorite story to share is that I always was anemic when I was younger. And since I've been on the health protocol, I can give blood now. And I have actually been giving blood for about 2 years now, but I can give back to my community.
Oh, I just love that story, and really giving back when your body is working the way it's supposed to. It just makes a huge difference. Now that was a special story. So I have another one here. Jackie, would you mind telling your product story? Let's see.
Hi, Carla. Sure. My name is Jackie, and we live in Bayfield, Wisconsin. And actually, my biggest problem was I thought I was healthy. I had a few little things going on with my hands, you know, the swollen hands, painful, and I had just some brain fog. But, you know, when you get older, and I'm 66, when you get older, you're kind of told that's just the way it is. So about 3 years ago, we started on Zinzino, and thank you, Zinzino, that my brain fog, didn't realize how bad it was, has lifted, and I can keep up with my grandkids at all these brainy games that they play. So thank you, Zinzino.
I love that. And it's making such a big difference. Now we're talking blood, we're talking brain fog, we're talking everything. And I love that you can keep up with those grandkids. I've got one more product story here. Trisha, would you mind unmuting yourself and tell a little of your story?
Hi, I'm Trisha from Aiken, Minnesota. I've had skin issues all my life, from rashes on my arms and hands when I was younger. And as I got older, I had red welts all along on my face, along my hairline, and the prescription medications didn't work. Then I started Zinzino. After a week, I noticed, when I washed my face morning and night, those red spots were fading away. And in 2 weeks, it was completely gone, as well as the pain in my back. Now I have clear skin and I'm pain-free.
Okay, Anna-Dora, if people are in doubt now, is this really working? I mean, it's fun that this is health-based but science-backed, because it's not something we can have to guess about anymore. When it's about your health, you can actually test it, and not just test it to see where you're at, but we have things that are actually helping get your body working the way it's supposed to. So it's not something just strange that you're doing. What we're doing with our health protocol is making your body have everything it needs so that it can actually heal itself in almost all these different ways, isn't it?
Exactly. It's very simple. We know from science also that today we are not, unfortunately, getting through our diets what we actually need. So a very simple health protocol we have in Zinzino will give you the exact ingredients that will start the basic foundation for you. And then, of course, we eat normal food, and that is also something we need. But we know that the health protocol actually gives those foundational pieces so that we will be able to, as you say, Carla, very often get better, or sometimes even heal from some of the issues we have.
And that just makes it so important. I mean, and now after these, almost 1 million tests in Zinzino, to see that so many people are failing the test, and yet after 120 days, we're actually seeing 95% being, back into balance. That is a powerful thing. So if we're seeing that, actually the fun thing is in Zinzino is people can make their own choice. Do they want to just be healthy? Then sign up for getting your test and taking the health protocol. But in Zinzino, you can choose to become a customer, but you can actually also partner up with the company. And either way, you're going to pay the same, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you're looking at maybe a way of helping others or creating some extra income for whatever reason, then maybe take a look at being a partner in Zinzino. Now, personally, I was a teacher and a counselor, which I really loved. But the problem was there was a lot of meetings in the afternoon and evening, because it was, just a tough job with that. And that took away from my family time, which I had 4 kids at the time and we were teenagers. And, I kind of thought, how long am I going to have them at home? But I started Zinzino, and within a year and a half, I actually had more income in Zinzino than I did in my teaching and counseling wages. So I actually had a choice then. Should I be able to stay home, which I chose, of course, if I could. And I'm so grateful, because then I was at home as they moved out. And now I get to run around with my grandchildren. And it has made such a huge difference. But I'd like to hear a couple other stories about why they have chose Zinzino. Camilla, would you mind unmuting yourself and telling why you chose to be a part of Zinzino? Camilla?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Camilla, and I live in Denmark. Before I worked I took a leader education because I knew that I wanted something more, but I couldn't use it there. And I knew that I had to work with my heart, because the balanced life between work and family, that was very, very rare. You had to work hard, and then you have to be tired when you got off job. But then I met Zinzino. And suddenly I found the possibility to work a balanced life, where I can use my skills from the leader education, and I could build a team, and I can work with others, so we can make a difference, and we can inspire others to make a healthy and balanced life. So that's why I'm here, and I'm grateful.
I love that. Yeah, there's so many aspects of this, and it does give a different purpose. It just makes so much sense. I love it. Thank you, Camilla. So Jimmy, would you mind unmuting yourself and also telling why you chose to partner up? Jimmy?
Yeah, thank you, Carla. My name is Jimmy. I'm 43 years old and I'm living in Denmark. And I'm actually growing up with no education. I'm also dyslexia. But back in 2012, I have a job like I was a waiter and my wife was nurse. And with different hours, there was no time to see each other with small kids. You know, when daddy come home, mama go to work and so on. So I really needed money and time. And then we have some beautiful neighbors that show us the business opportunity here. And we grab it. And after 4 years, I quit my job as a waiter. And today I'm full-time with my business and I have time for my family and the things that I love the most. Thank you, Carla.
I love that because you get to prioritize what you really want to do and you were able to replace that income. That is super powerful. Let's hear another one. Pete, would you mind unmuting yourself and tell why you chose to partner up with Zinzino? Pete?
Hello, Carla. My name is Pete and I live in Denmark. I'm 62 years old and I have been teaching personal development and coaching for many, many years. And I really love working with people. But I didn't love the insecurity in my income because it could flex a lot of money from month to month. And then I started in Zinzino. So today I have a very secure income because of Zinzino and I still work with people. So I got the best of two worlds.
I love it. Well, see, that's the best thing is people can choose starting this and doing it part-time to begin with until you earn what you want. So if you can earn whatever, there's actually no limit to what you can earn in Zinzino. So love that you can make it work no matter what you wish for. Let's hear another one. Jeff, would you mind unmuting yourself and tell us why you chose to partner up with Zinzino?
Yes, my name is Jeff and I live in Aiken, Minnesota. And at the time I got involved with Zinzino, my wife and I for 32 years, and we spent this much time building our business and this much time with family and friends. And then in about less than 6 years time, we spend this much time with family and friends and this much time building our Zinzino business. So we're able to totally reverse the roles and we're loving life. We full-time RV, we get to travel, and that's what we love to do.
That is super powerful because when you're self-employed, you are spending so much time and it's nice to have that self-employment. But if you're spending 60, 70 hours a week, that's just tough. And here you can be your own boss and earn the income you want, and then you get to decide. I love it. And I know I follow you guys on Facebook and I see all the time you've got and spending with all the friends and family and jumping out of planes. I mean, you guys are living that. It's wonderful. Absolutely. Thanks, Jeff. I have one more here and I'd like to ask Lena, would you mind unmuting yourself and telling why you chose to be a partner in Zinzino? Lena?
Of course I will. Hi, everybody. My name is Lena. I live in Denmark and I am a veterinarian nurse. I actually like my job. I like working with health and I like making a difference. But it can be kind of tough when you can't make ends meet and money is short, especially being a single mom of two girls and only one income. And my girls, the only wish they have is to have a horse. Do you know what that costs? So I started, yeah, so expensive. So I started Zinzino and I can still work with health. I can still make that difference. And we have this amazing, beautiful horse and we have had her for the last 6 years. So I'm happy. My girls are happy. The horse is happy. Life is good.
I love it, Lena. Well, thank you for sharing. Anna, wouldn't you say, I mean, these were all such different stories, but in essence, it's fun that we can help people where they're at. So if people are just wanting to be healthy, well, then take a test, sign up as a customer. That's fantastic. You don't pay any different. It's not that you're going to get it cheaper. the people who we have that partner up with Zinzino, it's because they have a goal or a dream or want something to work in there, or they want to help other people, or they want to have a bigger income or be more of their own boss. There's a lot of reasons, but we can actually help people. And the only thing we're doing is either helping them get healthy, or we're helping people get their business going by helping people get healthy. It's kind of a win-win, isn't it, Anna-Dora?
Oh yeah, and I think, as you just said, Carla, we have heard many stories here tonight, the health stories and also the business stories, why people are doing this. I think what is really interesting here is that people from, as you said, all over the world and doing and working and having different education, so different people, and everything we do, all we do is actually just sharing who we are and our stories about Zinzino. And it is, I wouldn't say easy, but it is simple. And I think being here tonight shows that just being here and listening and being part of this community gives us the opportunity to choose what we will do in our future. We can help ourselves, we can help others. I think that's the main thing we have seen tonight.
And I think it's so important. I mean, Zinzino is growing. You know, if we look at where it's been, it started in 2005 and has grown ever since, with an average, if you add up all those years, of over 30%. And there are 25 customers for every distributor out there. So that just showing that people want these products. They want it because it works. They want it because they're getting stories. And like for me, I didn't have a real product story because I didn't think I had anything wrong with me, but the test showed it. The test showed my body wasn't working the way it should. So this is like a fantastic insurance policy, and everybody needs this. But what's really exciting is that I mean, when I got started, it was just in Scandinavia, and I happened to be living there. So that's how I heard about this. But now people can partner up in over 40 countries, and actually people in over 100 countries can now get the benefit of our Zinzino products, and the health protocol is changing people's lives. So here we are, where people can really take a look at something that's making a difference, and you know, either with health or financially, or actually if they just want to help people, or they want to have that purpose in life by doing something good. There's so many reasons. And as you said, Anna-Dora, everybody can do it. So take a look at Zinzino. I mean, if you want to really look financially, look on NASDAQ. We're on NASDAQ First North. We're growing. And wouldn't you say absolutely everybody can build this?
If you're asking me, I will say yes. I've seen that. I know so many people in Zinzino. So yes, everybody can do this.
Absolutely. And so I'm grateful that so many people could be on and tell their story. Thank you for taking that time. I know so many of us are passionate about spreading the stories. And to me, if you are one of those people who have issues with your health, just start looking up Zinzino and what this could do for you. There's so much science behind each and every product. And if you are, for some reason, have a goal or a dream or wish to create some extra income for any reason, let's take a look at Zinzino, because now is the perfect timing. You can start for free, or even start with a deposit kit, and you're going to get a whole bunch for that. So start looking into and talk to some people about Zinzino. What we know is you can create any income in this just by getting those stories out. And we haven't even got 1% of any country. Actually, in the United States alone, we have tested right around 27,000. So we only have 330 million more to go, Anna-Dora. And that's in every country, isn't it?
Everywhere.
Yeah, well, we're going to just sign off here today. And thank you for everybody who was on and tell their story. Let's take a look at what this can do. And we're so excited that people were on here. If you are watching this on a live stream, please put your story or maybe your numbers, or tell a little bit about yourself in the comment section. And thank you for taking the time. Keep sharing this with others. And I'm gonna unmute everybody here so you can unmute and say thank you for
Thanks, Carla.
Bye.
Thank you,
Sam.
everybody, for
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Good
Thank
to hear
you.
all those stories.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.